Today's show is brought to you by water. Without it, what would you drink? Today is May 3rd, and I'm Derek O'Shea, and this is the Derek O'Shea Show. It's World Press Freedom Day, as journalists celebrate themselves and pretend that deplatforming and shadow banning other news outlets and journalists is totally okay. It's part of the schedule. Iranian state television claimed on Sunday, speaking of irony, that Biden administration agreed to unfreeze $7 billion. Just unfreeze it. Just press the button. Boop, unfreezed. In Iranian oil assets and release 4 Iranians held in U.S. custody in exchange for release of 4 Americans accused of spying. $7 billion. Boop. $1.8 trillion spending bill. American Rescue Plan. Beep. God, just Hillary said on CNN on Sunday, "I'm thrilled that President Biden is taking advantage of this moment to try to push the agenda as far as possible." Seriously though, they remind me of children. Children don't always ask what they want. They ask for more, so then when you pull it back a little bit, they get what they actually wanted. I'm sorry, I've worked with kids for a while. According to a report from the Post-Millennial, speaking of news outlets that need to be shadow banned because only the real outlets like CNN and NBC should be the ones reporting on the real news. According to a report that the Post-Millennial put out, now public juror Brandon Mitchell, I think he's the one that went on CNN, of course, because you got to get your fame, your 15 minutes of fame. This is my moment. Brandon Mitchell, 31 years old, as seen on Facebook post published in August 2020, wearing a hat that says Black Lives Matter, and it gets better, and a t-shirt that says BLM with the words, "Get your knee off our necks," in reference to George Floyd. So, if you think a mistrial isn't in the works, you're out of your freaking mind. According to KTTH-TV, a senior high school student located in Port Townsend sent a letter. So this junior high school sent a letter to students last week with ideas of how they can complete their 55 hours of community service that is required in order to receive a diploma. You have to have these hours to complete it, you get your diploma. How can they complete 55 hours quick, which is half of the required amount? Just get a COVID shot. Your kids are not being indoctrinated. No. They're just doing their civic duty. They're doing their part. They're playing their role. You have to be a part of the collective. And wait, look, we'll give you 55 hours of community service. That's a good thing. This is a good thing. Oh my gosh. Half your community service hours requirements by just getting a shot. What high school kid wouldn't do that? I don't know, ones with higher expectations for their life. Black Lives Matter issued new demands to convict Trump, investigate the military, don't compare Capitol attack to riot, marred freedom of summer. Freedom summer. Yeah, all that summer was just a little freedom summer. Because you get something free, you get something free, and you get something free, and you get something free, and you get something free. It was the freedom summer. Man, I didn't take part in that. Don't compare the Capitol attack to the riot. Yeah, who's comparing it? Because one killed a lot of people, and one killed one. And it was by the cop. And the cop's name we don't even know. So, who's comparing what? CNN's comparing it because they're not even comparing. They're calling it way worse. So, no one's comparing it. Verizon sells Yahoo and AOL businesses to Apollo for $5 billion, says, and Millennial and Gen Z says, Yahoo and AOL? What's that? Facebook's oversight committee to announce ruling on whether or not Trump will be allowed to return to the platform May 5th, 2021. Yes, the overlords, the oversight board. Shall we allow the previous president to join our platform again? The answer is nay. You will not survive, sir. Oh, if they allow Trump back on, it'll make it interesting again. But they won't. Maybe they will until he runs for presidency. Then they'll go, hey, he said something that was very offensive. Let's take him down. So as long as you're not running Trump, they'll keep you on. It's all part of the problem. Tedros, a.k.a. the Director General of the World Health Organization, the face of WHO, plans to run for a second 5-year term as the head of the agency, setting up a referendum on his leadership. Of course he is. And he's done a great job. Let's think of all the great things he's done. He's helped China get away from being accused of the reason for COVID-19. Fantastic job. What else has he done? Oh, that's all I can think of. Boystown, one of the most prolific child sexual abuse platforms on the dark web, is taken offline and 4 arrested in multi-agency operation sparked by a German investigation. That's awesome. Get all those child sexual abuse platforms off, man. I know it's hard with the dark web, but we got to get better at that. The fact that that's even happening is insane. But again, stuff that's going on the border, that is not a crisis. Okay? It's all in your head. That's what the GOP wants you to believe. That's what Trump wants you to believe. It's Trump's problem that was inherited by Biden. So you, obviously not serious, totally not serious. Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, who did a great job when he was arguing with China earlier this year. He was robotic-like and had nothing to come back China forcibly making him look like a mockery. But as always, the media covered that up. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken in 60 Minutes interview admits China is ramping up its military aggression. Of course they are. And then said, I think over time, China believes that it can be and should be and will be the dominant country in the world. Duh. That has always been their plan. No. But instead we're going to cripple our economy and make sure we get all these windmills up. Because wind is the best form of energy out there. Everyone knows that. Vax Live COVID concert was star-packed with people like Prince Harry and J-Lo and Selena. And who cares? Who watched the Vax Live concert in LA? It's like a big celebration of themselves. The reason for the concert was to aim and inspire vaccine confidence worldwide and help get the COVID-19 vaccines to everyone, everywhere. The fact that they have to have concerts for vaccine confidence makes me a little wary. I've never been to a flu vaccine confidence world tour. I'm still waiting for that because I'll go to that in a heartbeat. 3 migrants dead and 27 injured as smuggler's boat flips off the California coast. That's insane. Just walk across the border. They'll let you. What are you doing? Biden advisor Cecilia Rose, Americans will experience some form of inflation. Some? Yes. I love that word. Some, like everything that's priced out at the grocery store, gas prices, wood is going up like crazy. No one's talking about that. Inflation is on the rise, people. Inflation is coming. Your dollar is not going to be worth $1 next year. And as we continue to spend, but it's all for the good of the country. Let the politicians dictate how your money is spent because they do a good job. They've started businesses, ran businesses, and were held of accounting and checking. They know how to balance a budget. Said no one with a brain cell ever. Garment Hanspal, 52 years old. This guy's an absolute legend. 52 years old, America's most successful squatter, has been living rent-free in Long Island house that he doesn't own for 23 years. I mean, if you're going to, take out the system, this guy is part of the prop. He bought the house in 1998 for $290,000, made one mortgage payment, and defaulted because he was foreclosed upon. And he's been living in the house for 23 years. I guess that's what I should have done. What am I doing? You just buy a house, make one mortgage payment, and then foreclose, and then just chill in it. But make sure you do it in a democratic, very heavily Democrat society, because they'll back you for that. And today in history, in 1952, Joseph Fletcher lands the first aircraft on the North Pole. Cool. Did you see Sienna? Because I sent him a letter and I still haven't heard. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoy your Monday and enjoy your day. Find a way to enjoy it. Find a way to make a difference in someone's life today, even the ones that are weird to you. I hope you guys be sure to check out my my talk that I did, that I posted up yesterday on Biden's dangerous words that he said during his address that I didn't think got enough attention. People were talking about his budget most of the time, but instead he made a very dangerous comment about white supremacy and that they're the real terrorist threat to the United States. When you look around and you don't see white supremacy, so you wonder what he's actually talking about. And I broke down what I think he's actually talking about. So check that out. Let me know your thoughts on that. I hope you guys have a fantastic day and enjoy your Monday. As always, I'll see you on the next episode of The Derek O'Shea Show.